Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, the man charged in the murder of Tupac Shakur.
Nipsey and Nate Dogg, it just felt like they had so much to do. Same with Pac as well. I feel like he didn't even get a chance to finish. He died at 25. All of us that just flew back from New York. Shug, Pac, myself. They went to Vegas. I went to Warren G's because we had like a minor misunderstanding because that was at the time where I had spoke in New York about not having issues with Puffy and Big. That rubbed Pac the wrong way. The next day, we getting blown up on the pages, 919-111, and it's Shug, and he telling us that him and Pac got shot and get on out to Vegas. When I walked in, I could just feel like he wasn't even there. And I fainted. Then his mother got me up and walked me in the bathroom and had a conversation with me about being strong. So she gave us a moment for me to say some things to him as far as how much I love him, but I knew that was going to be...
Now that the Tupac case has been solved after almost 30 years, most of us are much more perplexed than before. Since the person behind the trigger was in plain sight the whole time, the hip-hop culture was shocked and devastated when news of Tupac's untimely death in Las Vegas, due to a gunshot, circulated. His passing immediately cemented his status as a major figure in hip-hop history. Dwayne Keith, nicknamed Keefe D, has been implicated in Tupac's death, and new evidence points in that direction. Keefe D's membership with the Southside Compton Crips and his frequent encounters with DJ Vlad have also brought him notoriety. Some of Vlad's interviews may become strange because Keefe D avoids taking part. He told his narrative with an air of anxiety, as if he'd been caught in the act.
Bet you Keefe D getting locked up for Tupac murder? And I said he needed to be right in handcuffs with me for Biggie murder, because I know he had his hands in that shit.
The fact that this interview was conducted 4 years ago and publicized is shocking. A few years before his imprisonment, he not only told the world about it, but also authored a book in which he explained everything in great detail from his own perspective. Fans were outraged once the tape was released, since it included audio from an interrogation at a time when Keefe was the prime suspect but was never caught. And this is despite the fact that he told the police officers directly that he was one of the few persons in a white Cadillac. As events progressed, however, it seemed that the investigators were ignoring key alternatives. The unanswered query remained even after the opportunity to query Keefe D had passed. Does his admission square with what we thought happened that fateful night? This investigative slip-up caused a cascade of problems. The public must come to believe that everything that happened was an elaborate hoax, a guise that permits the true perpetrator to avoid punishment. One supporter claims that Keefe D is attempting to protect Shug Knight by lying about what occurred. For a long time, he maintained that pretext.
My goal here today is to walk you through our investigation and what led us to the indictment of Dwayne Davis, also known as Keefe D, for the murder of Tupac Shakur.
Whatever life got to offer me, I'm gonna handle it, dude. You know what I'm saying?
It's up to you to decide whether Keefe D is really to blame for Tupac's death. This might be an elaborate ruse to deflect criticism away from Knight and his legacy, or it could be a last-ditch effort by the police to solve the case for good. If you believe Tupac's beliefs were exclusive to the rap industry, Orlando Brown may change your mind. An interview with Cam Capone News revealed an outlandish suggestion from him. Keefe D is really Tupac Shakur. You did hear correctly? He said that Keefe D can't be apprehended since he's really a Tupac, who most people mistakenly believe to be dead. There were two distinct responses to this concept on the web. Disbelief, laughter, and bewilderment greeted the video as it went viral. Since the cops would be arresting Keefe D in Tupac's body, Orlando feels they won't. Even the Tupac holographic event was used as evidence that he believed Tupac was still alive. Recently arrested Keefe D did not mince words before his detention. He told Reggie, as far as I know, no, in a previous conversation with The Art of Dialogue. Angry with Reggie, he added, I said I would never mention his name again when asked whether he would be jailed soon. Like a straight line or something, he made this terrible phone call. He taped it, but he wouldn't let me hear it. Unfortunately, I must file suit against him. Reggie was the target of Keo's clear distaste, and the latter even cracked a crude joke about him. He acts as if he's trying to make me feel better. Seriously, I have no idea what his problem is. He has to get the heck away from me. However, a cloud of gloom was thrown by Keefe D's interview comments from 2021. It's been almost 25 years since the terrible shooting death of Tupac Shakur. There's been renewed interest and discussion about this incident, which is still one of hip-hop's greatest mysteries. Here enters Dwayne Keith Davis, aka Keefe D, a self-proclaimed gang member with an incredible backstory.
I'm up on the bus with you. When we pulled up, U.S. Attorney, and the dude was from D.C. Shit, I was like, you came out here? He like, yeah, I came out here to get you. And it was way bigger time people that was gonna go down with, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people was gonna go down. If I wouldn't have said nothing, everybody, we'd have lost our whole community, lost all my homies, you know what I'm saying? Shit, they shredded the indictment. So I really did a lot of people a favor. They should be thanking me, you know what I'm saying?
According to the breaking news, Keefe D has been indicted for murder with a deadly weapon by a grand jury in Clark County. As the group becomes stronger and he sits in jail without bail, many are asking whether Tupac will ever see justice. Keefe D benefited and suffered by his own recollections of that night. Keefe D claims that the assault of his nephew Orlando Anderson at the Megmen Grand Hotel by Tupac and his entourage served as the ultimate go-ahead for retaliation. The senior deputy district attorney for Clark County, Mark DiGiacomo, gave new information in court, testifying that Keefe D was the direct commander who ordered the assassination of Tupac Shakur. DiGiacomo also pointed out that back in 1996, a lot of information concerning that night had already leaked out. However, the case was given fresh life in 2018 because to the public admissions of Keefe D, which included his appearance on television. The murder of Tupac Shakur was re-examined by the LAPD when the first investigation into Biggie's death was reopened in the mid-2000s. Detective Greg Kading said how detectives convinced Keefe D to help by promising that any remarks by Keefe D that may incriminate him would not lead to his prosecution as part of the offer agreement. The atmosphere the night Tupac was executed was tight. In Las Vegas, he was at the Megmen Grand, taken in by a boxing bout. Later, on his way to Club 662, a venue frequented by members of the Death Row Records crew, he was attacked. Keefe D claims that Tupac and his crew attacked D's nephew Orlando Anderson first, and that this incident was retaliation. The sad deaths of Tupac and Biggie come at a time when tensions between the East and West Coasts and its most popular musicians, Tupac and Biggie, have reached a boiling point. Both were shot and murdered, and the mystery surrounding their murders continues to cast a pall over the music business.
Got to retaliate so they don't look like, a weak gang. And two, they owe it. Now the Southside Crips and Orlando Anderson, Keefe D, they know that, hey, we just hit this dude in Las Vegas, and it's on. It's Puffy on the other end of the line. Hands the phone to Keefe D, and Keefe D, Puffy asks him, man, was that us? Was it, just...
With Keefe D's allegations, there is now a chance that the truth may be revealed. However, the names of Tupac and Biggie will live on forever. The immortal spirit they left behind and the never-ending mysteries of their passing. Orlando Brown's logic may seem bizarre in light of these developments, a passing aside at most. However, they serve to highlight just how deeply the mysteries surrounding the deaths of Tupac and Biggie have taken root in the public consciousness, giving rise to numerous theories, debates, and speculation that persist even to this day. The world is watching the case against Keefe D closely to see whether one of hip-hop's biggest secrets will be exposed or if the truth will remain hidden. No matter what happens, Tupac Shakur's legacy will live on in the minds and words of those who continue to find meaning in his music. Comment below with your thoughts on the current events, and we'll wrap up the video there.